You are now listening to the smooth sounds of my voice, Brandon Newman. We are here. It is 4 minutes after 3 o'clock on a Thursday, and we are about to have updates with Brandon Newsman in 3, 2. Bwah, 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 bwah. We in here. Another episode of Brandon Newsman. Updates with Brandon Newsman. This episode 90.5. Check out episode 90. We getting up there, guys. Episode 90. Zion's beginning and LeBron's ending is up on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud. What is it? What's all the
featuring old school.
All the places.
We old school 888 too.
Y'all probably wondering like, why are we trying to listen? I'm trying to make sure where we at. Trying to take our thumbprint so we can check. But let's keep moving. Right after the top, Zion's NBA future is in the balance, and NBA fans everywhere are mentally creating their dream scenario for the once-in-a-generation talent. Guys, we watched the NBA draft lottery. It was one of the more anticlimactic things. The group thread was going crazy as soon as it happened.
No.
Listen, I wasn't a fan the entire time because Rachel Nichols' play-by-play, I could left something to be desired, and I love Rachel Nichols, and I love the jump. And
Zion could hear them. It was weird.
Yeah, it was the whole thing.
It was weird. It was a Zion show.
It was a strange broadcast. It was for Zion. I appreciated seeing him. His reaction when he started laughing, like his boy, like I don't know what happened. So picks 5 through 14 were announced. Is that fair to say? Mm-hmm. Picks 5 through 14 were announced. Then left in the balance were the Los Angeles Lakers, the Memphis Grizzlies, the New Orleans Pelicans, and the New York Knicks. Now, I've been against from the beginning this push in the media talking about Zion to New York Knicks because straight up, y'all know what guy gonna do with them ping pong balls. We don't know where it's going. Everybody talking about Zion. The Knicks literally had equal amount chances.
As two other teams.
Similar
chances to two other teams.
The
14%.
The Pelicans wouldn't even had the option to get the number 1 pick if it hadn't been from Anthony Davis for trying to force a trade to the Lakers. So you know what? You're welcome. Mm-hmm. You're welcome for the percentages that you needed to get the number 1 pick. Now we have New Orleans getting another blessing after the last once-in-a-generational talent, Anthony Davis, picked up and they got the first pick. We saw what they've done there. I don't know what is going to happen. I want to get excited for the 4th pick, even though people are saying this is a 3-man draft. Whatever. Steph Curry went in the 7th. Clay went in the 11th pick. Like, there's a bunch of talent all throughout this draft. It's just about getting people in the right mindset. And I said from the beginning I didn't want Zion to be in the Knicks with the Knicks because that's a big market. And I thought he'd do better in a smaller market starting off. Got from South Carolina. He went to Duke. Obviously, those are two very different things. But but stepdad said it's good. Contrary to popular belief, this is not his stepdad. Booger McFarland, okay, is not Zion Williamson's
for ESPN,
dad.
And they couldn't put him on the broadcast?
It is not. Now, his stepdad's speaking. We don't know where Zion's real dad is. I don't want to talk about that, like speculation. But Booger and Zion, identical. Literally, get some vignettes in New Orleans in his belly, Zion's belly. He might end up looking like Booger. That's what everybody's saying. You know what I'm saying? He might pack the pounds on. Everybody also, I want to say, shouts out to, I think Mike Gold Jr. said that Zion shoots a 3 like he got a suit jacket on.
Like Draymond Green with a backpack on. Yeah, that's pretty good.
So anyways, from a Zion standpoint, I don't know where he's going to go. For some reason, the Pelicans keep getting these number 1 picks. New Orleans is a very important city in the United States. It'd be great if they had a basketball team. You can't force people into the seats.
NBA really wants them to have a basketball team. So.
Clearly. That's why I remember what I said on the podcast, episode 90, Zion Beginnings and LeBron's End. Regardless of the outcome, I think the NBA is rigged. So this is just the result of it. Whatever needs to happen, Zion in a small market. Listen, if Zion is the generational star talent that everyone is saying he is, then let's enjoy the ride.
Hell yeah.
Whatever happens is going to happen. I'm glued to the draft. And LeBron, when they got the 4th pick,
very important,
tweeted number 4 eyeball emojis, #beautiful or just beautiful. He's not thinking about who he wants to play with in the draft right now. He's thinking about what to package that with.
Yeah.
I think BI and
beautiful is what you say about a business deal, not about a draft. Like
he's rubbing his hands together.
Yeah. Montgomery Bronze.
Piece on the chessboard. That's probably what is it? 4th pick's like a rook. It's
No,
a,
it's a-
the little horse.
One of the horses. Yeah,
one
what's
of the
that
horses that
called?
can go L.
They can make an L. Yeah, what's that called? Is that a knight?
It's a knight, I
Thank
think.
you,
Knight,
Donnie.
yeah,
Thank
of
you,
course
Donnie.
it's a
Appreciate
knight.
you.
But
Yeah, it makes
anyways,
an L for LeBron.
we don't know what's going to happen. This is very, very interesting. And yeah, I hope Zion's a good sport about it. And
He's fine with going. I think what's most important is that Zion gets to do something that he wants to do to his free will, right? And if his
Right.
and if he says he wants to go to New Orleans and he really wants to go there, then no one should be mad about it. We're gonna get to watch him play no matter where he goes. It's gonna be awesome, and he's apparently cool with going there and excited about it.
listen,
So let's go. I'm excited too.
This narrative is changing so much, so fast every day. How many months do we have until the actual draft?
It's in June.
Okay, so 1 full month of movements, phone calls.
Speculation. What do you think Booger thinks about it though?
We're gonna hear about what he thinks about it in the thing. He's gonna know. I'm saying they ain't got enough space for him in that booth. He got moved up to the booth. Ain't no space in him. Okay, the Golden State Warriors made their first game of the Western Conference Finals against the Portland Trailblazers look like a regular season game in December.
Fair.
That's like, I mean,
It's the softball take, but it's right there. You grabbed it.
no. It's
You
not
caught
even.
it.
It's not even a take. That's like me reading the news. I cannot believe how boring that first game was, coming off the backs of how exciting pretty much all of the series were up until that
They
point.
were tired. Blazers were tired, man.
I get it.
Stakes were lower.
I understand. They also don't have KD. I'm not going to be one of the guys that say they don't have Boogies because they never really had Boogie. He was just talking about an X factor. Like the way people try to talk about Kevin Durant on that basketball team was what Boogie was, because we've seen what Kevin Durant has done on that basketball team.
We're very good when
There's
he's
2
on the team.
MVPs.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell
So
me.
does Stephen, though. So does Stephen.
It's a machine.
That Clay and Dre Foundation, though. Those are
That Clay and Dre Foundation, is that it?
that Clay and Dre Foundation, because there's technically superstars and also doing all the stuff, setting all the screens, D'ing all the people up that you need him to do it, and that lets Steph Curry get unanimous. Look at him smiling.
Listen, you want to hear the take. This is my take, and this seems whatever you can talk about, say what it is. In the NBA, the Warriors look like the only team ran by God. That's all I'm saying. The leader is the Lord, and the glue is someone who is a follower of the good book in Jesus Christ. And I'm just saying the fundamentals that are laid down.
Sounds like you're saying God doesn't love Mark Jackson, though.
No. God knew he was better. God knew Mark Jackson was better giving out bars like they're the best backcourt in
part of the
NBA
plan.
history.
Or
you know what I'm saying?
How could you be so heartless? Did you hear that one he dropped the other night?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Mama, there goes that man. Moving on. Okay, if you have social media, you may have seen this. Michelle tried to tell me to pitch it to go into the show, episode 90. Yes, my wife makes submissions for content. She's actually
our
very
best
good at-
producer
yeah,
by
she's
far. It's not really
good.
close.
Hey, Michelle.
And I was like, I'm gonna ignore it. Then yesterday on Twitter, I saw Ellen DeGeneres post, "Do you wash your legs in the shower? Yes, no, sometimes." And I was like, oh shit. Ellen got her hands on this. This is a real topic, washing legs. We haven't really talked about it in the room. Donnie, do you wash your legs in the shower? Yes, no, or sometimes?
Yes.
Okay. Heller, yes, no, or sometimes?
We talked about this before. Yes, but poorly.
Okay.
Like
okay.
it's my feet. It's my feet and whatever else I get when I put my leg down.
Putting the leg down is important because that shows an effort towards doing it. Now, I don't know who taught y'all to take showers. Like, honestly, I'm not sure who taught y'all to take showers, but the fact that this is a question is insane to me. We got to bring up to Joy. This may be a decent 3-minute drill next week. Yeah. So listen, I don't know how y'all got taught to wash yourself in the shower, but I go chest first. I get a decent amount of lather based on how much money I got. It's based on how the lather is. You know what I mean? Soap is expensive. You feel me?
Real quick, are we going body wash or is it a bar soap?
Okay, thank you for that.
Because I think that probably also counts in this whole thing.
Thank you for that. Liquid soap. Listen, I remember when I thought liquid soap was just for white people. I'm just gonna say that. I didn't know. Bar soap was what I used, what I had. Then I found out I was allergic to Irish Spring, which is the only thing my Uncle Tony and Uncle Monty kept in my grandma's house. So like, what I was supposed
shouts
to
to
do?
Uncle Monty.
Yeah.
Great time hanging with him at the wedding. Shouts to
Shouts
Uncle
out
Monty.
Monty.
Strong presence.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Well done.
Oh, yes. Had to be there.
Up and under layups, he was hitting everything.
Okay, liquid soap. Yeah, we're talking liquid soap in a washcloth. Okay.
Yeah, that's so necessary.
Now we should bring that up.
That's
Yes.
where
a conversation.
That's where this gets racial.
Washcloth.
I don't. What are washcloths for?
Okay.
Oh, my
okay.
God.
You know what I'm saying?
It's for scrubbing.
For one, they're for scrubbing, but also
Exfoliation,
something you need to hear off top. They for washing. Get your knees, get your elbows, get your
feet, the bottoms.
I said elbows while I was rubbing on Achilles. Yeah, the bottom of your feet. You'd be surprised how black the bottom of your feet is. Okay, don't get caught on vacation. You got a picture of you like, and you was like, damn, my feet black? Was I walking on tar? Like, wash if you're in the shower and you're wasting the water, you gotta wash everything. It's time to check the tape. And we back, and we back, and we back, and we back, and we back. Usually we dive into sports at this point in time, but Game of Thrones still popping. We're about to get the series finale this weekend on Sunday, and we had a conversation about Game of Thrones. Now, over 500,000 Game of Thrones fans have started a petition online on change.org to petition for HBO creators, white guy name and white guy name, to rewrite the entire 8th season of Game of Thrones. Guys, we are too privileged. We are too entitled to things. It's a television show. It is entertaining. Rewatch it again. You know how many people have rewatched The Wire? How many people have rewatched The Sopranos? People have rewatched 6 Feet Under, and I haven't even seen that show. Weeds. Like, you just rewatch the thing when it's done, okay? Joy had a lot of things to say. I'm on this side of things. Joy, talk to the people.
So it took a lot. It took a whole couple days of processing
Right.
for me to reach the same verdict that pretty much everyone else has reached.
I don't want
I lost $10, which I don't appreciate.
You lost $10.
I bet that Cersei would win. Although technically, can they pay out yet? Because the season's not over, so she might have survived the brick shower. But
That's what it was.
here's the problem that everyone has with this, and it's like this. Anytime you're trying to wrap something up, you push everything together. You're trying to wrap it up. All right, throw this in there, throw this in there. And these characters deserve better. And the fans deserve better. And that's why people are complaining and people are upset. No, seriously. Cersei is one of the greatest television villains of all time. She survived everything. She survived the entire show. Okay, her and Jamie. And Jamie with this back to the heel turn thing. I mean, get out of here. All right, you're gonna take down Brienne of Tarth, and then you're gonna go back to Cersei. All right, nobody has time for that.
He's a different type of killer. I mean, listen, I'm trying to get as invested as everyone else is, and it's not like I'm not. I've gotten to the point where I've learned these characters' names. You guys understand? That's a huge feat for me. That is a huge feat for me. It was the day that I was about to queue up an episode and Michelle started reading it, and she knew the names verbatim just from reading and knowing how to read, and I was floored. I was floored. Guys, it's a television show. I love it. I respect it. We're finally going to get rid of it. The creator said that they're going to be somewhere drunk and away from social media when the premiere happens. That should tell you how bad it's possibly going to be. But let's just ride it out. We've been riding this whole time. I am King Kong. Sound like I said I'm King Kama. All right, we in the comments. It's episode 90.5. Y'all done with us already, but guess what? It's the weekend, so you ain't got nothing but time on your hands. We in the comments right now. Let's go to the first comment of Zion's beginning and LeBron's ending, episode 50. When I say episode 50, I mean episode 90. You feel me? But we in the comments. Brandon Newman, hey, we know him.
Yeah.
If Marcus Johnson is right, I'm actually excited about the Lakers next season. Oh, and first, got in there early, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta go faster with these comments.
Yeah, y'all got me. It's 24, 23
Got
hours
the
later.
host beating you into the comments.
Yeah, I'm you know how much things I'm doing
Come on.
to continue to do this. Okay, Dominique Malner says Pelicans getting the number 1 pick was probably the most disappointing letdown in sports since the last Super Bowl. Woo, that was tough.
Just for you, man.
That was
Zion's
tough.
cool with it.
Yeah, imagine being at Joy's house during it. It was just like, and with Earl, just like, why do y'all like football? So bad. Zion in the swamp, we don't know that yet. Zion in the swamp, we don't know that yet. All right, shout out to Brandon for having 313. All right, Detroit repping, always. Flex Luther. Regarding Joy's comments about pizza, screw the scissors, I'll use a sword. All right, talk about flexing. MG, 13 hours ago, said, oh, Joy says she doesn't want to see Zion in New Orleans. That might happen. I'm geared for the next podcast to watch her throw a fit. Honestly, she's been like throwing said fit since it happened. I'm interested in what version of Joy we get when the podcast comes around next week.
The fit will have matured.
Yeah, it's
By
going to
that
be...
point.
how she was like off of LeBron and the Lakers this year. She may... It'd be interesting. Off of
Tune
the
in though.
Yes, off
Tune
of the
in, though.
NBA. Joy came with it today. Had to jump off the LA High Train. Just talked about that.
Yeah, come on.
Okay. Oh, that's
Justice
interesting.
Stevens knows
Princess and the Frog came out in 2009. It's 10 years old. Crazy. Pocahontas came out in 95. So it's 24 years old. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was talking about with Joy. Moving on, 8 minutes ago, Brian Ortiz said, like the second Joy said, Game of Thrones jumped the dragon. Yes, a lot of Game of Thrones talk. Yes, it's a very good bar. Thank you guys so much for listening to us this week. This is Updates with Brandon Newsman, or maybe I'm crazy. Guys, go in, subscribe, download, check us out all weekend long. We'll be back on Tuesday, episode 91. We creeping and crawling to that 100th episode. We love y'all. We out.
Hey.